Hi, my name is Jordan Stallard, and today I'll be presenting on Jackie Robinson and the Civil Rights Movement. So a little background on Robinson. He was born January 31st, 1919 in Cairo, Georgia. He was the youngest of 5 children, and he was raised by a single parent in relative poverty. Robinson attended John Muir High School, Pasadena Junior College, and UCLA. Robinson later married Rachel Islam in 1949. And also had 3 children with her, Jackie Jr., Sharon, and David. Robinson died later in October 24th, 1972 in Stamford, Connecticut. So some of the things Jackie Robinson done early in his life, he was the MVP for his high school football, baseball, basketball, and track in 1938. He also was the first ever student to receive a 4-year varsity letterman winner from UCLA. He later moved to Honolulu, Hawaii, and played semi-pro football for the Honolulu Bears. But he later had to move, and he got drafted into the World War II. And he was served as second lieutenant for the U.S. Army in 1942 through 1944. But Robinson never saw combat because he was arrested for not refusing to move to the back of a bus of a segregated bus. And that was according to Michael Long from Robinson's Life Beyond Baseball. So now into Robinson's baseball career. Robinson started playing on an all-African-American baseball team, but he was later reached out to by Branch Rickey, who at the time was the president of the Brooklyn Dodgers, and he was reaching out to him to kind of integrate Major League Baseball and kind of make it more into the Civil Rights Movement and get baseball integrated. Robinson moved to Florida in 1946 to begin training with the minor league to the Dodgers, which was the Royals at the time. And he actually was brought up on April 15th, 1947 to play his first game with the Brooklyn Dodgers. But obviously Robinson had his struggles with harassment and everything like that due to the Civil Rights Movement that was taking place at the time. And there was racial remarks due to the color of his skin. And he did have a very hard time with teammates, fans, coaches, and everyone that kind of was around him during his time in the major leagues. In 1949, Robinson kind of overcame all those challenges, and he won the National League MVP winner. And he also led the Dodgers to a World Series win in 1955. Robinson was traded to the Giants in 1956 and later retired on January 5th, 1957. And so after Robinson's baseball career, he moved into the Civil Rights Movement and kind of took full-fledged, all-in civil rights. He became a board member to the NAACP, and he also traveled across the country to build morale among fighting and racial justice for multiple civil rights campaigns in Albany and Birmingham, besides Martin Luther King Jr., and that was according to Michael Long. And in 1964, Freedom National Bank was founded by Robinson and a couple others, and it was a bank to kind of protest against the white banks that were going around and discriminating against African Americans. So they opened this bank for African Americans to be able to go and use. Robinson later became the chairman for the NAACP Fight for Freedom campaign, which was a campaign that he led with also multiple NCAA board members. And in 1958, Robinson was elected to the board of directors of the NAACP, but his style was very militant, according to Long, and people didn't really like his leadership style, so he wasn't very well respected as a board member on the NAACP. But as his time as board member, he wrote multiple letters to President Eisenhower, President Kennedy, President Johnson, and also Vice President Nixon, kind of just concerning the way he wanted to kind of make things to happen and how he wanted equal rights for everyone. So after Robinson's passing in 1972, segregation was at an all-time low. There really wasn't, there was still race issues, but there really wasn't the issues that have been going on since Robinson came into Major League Baseball. On March 26, 1984, Rachel Robinson, who is Robinson's wife, accepted the President's Medal and honor of Robinson. And in 1997, the number 42 was retired from Major League and minor league baseball, kind of to honor Robinson. And there was a big celebration for the 50th anniversary of Robinson stepping into the Major League Baseball. And Bill Clinton actually hosted this ceremony and also donated $12 million to the Civil Rights Campaign under Robinson's name. Robinson also became the first African American to be featured on an American coin, which was a big deal. So after his death, he kind of got multiple awards, multiple tributes to him, and he was very well respected. So overall, Robinson had a very, very great baseball career, but everyone kind of looks at his baseball career and overlooks his his civil rights movement and what he did for them. And I think just looking at what he did for the civil rights, movement was a big deal, and I think he should be recognized for all his work that he has done and all the work that he has done to bring us to where we are today. So not only looking at Robinson's career in baseball, but also looking at his career for the civil rights movement. And these are my references.